Hey, so this is part 2 of the video where I address some basic pentatonic tips and licks which is going to improve your playing. Now I did a video about this a couple of days back where I addressed some basic beginner licks using the pentatonic scale, using just the box 1 of the pentatonic scale, and you can check that video out over here. I'm going to be linking that. In this video though, I'm going to be focusing on more advanced level of soloing. That is, we are going to use multi-bends, we are going to use some jazzy slides, and all in all we are going to use all the 5 boxes of the pentatonic scale, not just the box 1. So it's going to be really helpful for you if you know all the 5 boxes prior to watching this video. Now having said that, let's just jump into it. Okay, so here's lick number 1. So what I'm doing is I'm bending the 8th fret on the B string to a whole step. So that is, so I'm bending this note to this note, and then I'm gonna bring it down, and then I'm gonna slide it up to the 15th fret of the B. So that's gonna look like this. Now after I reach the 15th fret, I'm gonna bend it again a whole step. So that's gonna sound like this. So I want you to do it slowly so that you can get the feel of this lick. So it's like, you're gonna add a bit of vibrato over there, so it's gonna sound like this. Yeah, so it's really easy once you get the hang of it, but it might take some time for you to get used to it. So it sounds like this, played fast. And then I'm gonna play the 13th fret on the B string, and then the 15th fret of the B string, the 14th fret of the G string, and then again 13 and 15 on the B string. So it's like, right? So together it sounds like this, played slow. I'm gonna do it again. Right? And then we're gonna end the lick with the 14th fret of the G string, and then this C triad over here. So that is 12 on the G, 13 on the B, and then 12 on the E. Basically a D shape, a D chord shape, but then played 2 frets lower. So it's like, that's basically a C triad. So the entire lick played slow sounds like this. And once you get it up to speed, it sounds like this. Right? Okay, moving on to the next lick. Now this is a very favorite lick of mine. I use it almost every time I improvise. I heard this lick on Anderton's TV, and I saw Pete Honore playing this lick, but later on I got to know that this lick belongs to Art Menezes. Maybe I'm not pronouncing his name right, but he's an Instagram guitarist, and the lick sounds like this. Right? It sounds so jazzy, and this is really one of the coolest lick I've ever heard. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a slide on the 5th fret of the B string to the 4th fret, and then back to the 5th fret. So it's like, right, with the index finger. I'm just gonna play it once, and then I'm gonna slide it back down and then up, and then I'm gonna play the 8th note on the E string. You can play the 8th note on the E string with your finger by hybrid picking, or you can also use your pick. Right? And then I'm gonna hammer on from the 5th fret to the 7th fret of the E string. So it's like, right? And then I'm gonna play the 7th on the E string again. So, and then I'm gonna pull off from 7 to 6 and then 5. So it sounds like this. I'm gonna play it again for you slow. right? And then we have this. So after this pull-off thing, we are going to play the 8th fret of the B string, and then the 5th fret on the E string, and then the 8th fret of the B string again, and then we are going to end it with the 5th fret of the B string. So, right? So the entire thing played slow sounds like this. Right? And then we are going to move on to the to the G string, and then we are going to do a slide up and then back down. So, right? So 1 fret up and then down, just a quick slide, right? So the entire thing played slow sounds like this. Right? And then, so we are going to bend it up a semitone just to give it that bluesy feel, and then we are going to pull off to the 5th fret of the G string. So, and we are going to end it on the 7th fret of the D string, and you can also end it with an A minor triad. So it's like, now everything played slow sounds like this. Right? And up to speed it sounds like this. Okay, moving on to the next lick. So this is lick 3, and this is hugely inspired by Steve Vai. So it sounds like this. I'm gonna play it again. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm just playing the first note of the entire lick. Okay, and everything else is hammer-ons and pull-offs. So I'm gonna play the 8th fret of the B string, and then with the whammy bar I'm gonna dive it down to a semitone. So basically I'm gonna dive this note down to this note, just a tad, just to give it that feel, that like out of key feel, and then we are gonna build it up back to the tone. Right, just a bit of spice, and then we are gonna pull off from the 8th fret of the B to the 5th fret of the B. So it sounds so good. I mean, it's so smooth, right? So from then we are gonna hammer on to the 7th fret of the G string and pull off to the 5th fret of the G string. So I'm not gonna pick anything else. I'm just gonna pick the first note of the entire lick. So it sounds like this, and then we are gonna continue doing that until we reach the A string. So it's like, right? So what I'm doing is I'm hammering on the 7th fret, and then I'm pulling it back off to the 5th fret, and then I'm muting the strings underneath with this finger. So when you're pulling it off, your strings won't ring out. Okay, and that's crucial. You don't want it to sound sloppy. Okay, so the entire lick played slow sounds like this. Right, and the entire lick played fast sounds like this. Right. Okay, moving on to the next lick. Okay, this is tip number 4, or lick number 4, however you want to see it. Now this is not a lick. This is basically a tip to improve your bends. So what I want you to do is, now when you incorporate your licks to your improvisation, I want you to bend like this so that you can give it this feel. So it sounds like this. Right? You can do it on any string that you want to bend. Right? Right? You can do it on any note you want to bend. What I'm doing is I'm bending it up, and then while I'm bringing the note down, I'm sliding it up 1 fret and then back down. So, and then back up. Okay, it sounds really tricky, but it's not. You will get the hang of it once you start practicing. but then don't slide it up after bringing the note down. You don't want to do that. That sounds really bad played slow. This lick doesn't sound really good played slow. This lick sounds like you have to do it like a snap, okay? That's when you get that feel. So right, so bend it up, slide it up, and then slide it back down, and then bend it back up. So I'm sorry for that. Yeah, right? Okay, so the fifth lick sounds like this. Really cool. So what I'm doing is I'm playing two pinch harmonics, one on the 7th fret of the G string and the other on the 5th fret of the G string. Now I'm sliding it up to the 7th fret of the D string, so like this, and then I'm playing the 5th fret of the G string, and then I'm playing the 7th fret of the G string. So it sounds like this, and then I'm gonna pinch it, like I'm gonna use pinch harmonics to bend this note up to a semitone. So just up to this, and then I'm going to bring it back down, and then I'm going to bend it back up for a whole tone, but then I'm not going to pick it again. So without the pinch it sounds like this, right? So I'm bending it first to this, bring it back down to this, and then I'm bringing it back up to this. So without the pinch, I'm showing you this part. It sounds like this, played slow. Right? And then I'm gonna pull off to the 5th fret of the G string. So that sounds like this. Right? So again. Then I'm gonna play the 7th note on the D string, and then I'm gonna end it with the 5th note on the G string, but I'm just gonna bend it a little bit up, just a semitone, just to give it that feel, and then I'm gonna choke it out. You don't want to keep that note ringing because that sounds really dissonant, so you just want to choke it out, right, like so. So the entire thing played slow without the pinch sounds like this. Right? And then played fast it sounds like this. Right? So yeah, that's it. So that was just 5 licks and tips to improve your playing just using the pentatonic scale, using the 5 boxes of the pentatonic scale. I didn't even use the 5 boxes, I just used the box 1 and the box 4 for one lick, and everything else was just around here, but you can move it up and back to any key you like. So I hope this video was really helpful to you, and if it was, just consider subscribing. I have a lot of more videos like this to come up, and I also have a lot of videos which I have uploaded and which is going to help you again. So having said that, bye and keep practicing. Cheers.